Not from Africa to make me laugh at you. Pull up in the Acura. Boom. You don't want me to clap at you. You don't wanna end up on the news from these niggas attacking you. You don't wanna end up with a bruise from a real nigga smacking you. You don't wanna end up with a snake up in your chest like Dracula. Fuck that. Yeah, we done with that real rap. Time to pick up that gun. Time for that drill rap. Time to spin that nigga block. Pull up where you chill at. If I catch him at that Whole Foods, eat a banana and get peeled back. First off, always been one to bust off. Now I ain't talking about no freaky shit. I ain't trying to get no nuts off. Now I ain't talking about no kinky bitch. I better take these cuffs off. I move around with 2 chopsticks. I'm trying to get that duck sauce. Fuck that Jersey. The little ass bitch can't hurt me. You can try your tricks and throw them licks. Motherfucker, them shits don't hurt me. You call your click and grab them clicks. Motherfucker, little bitch, I ain't worried.
You ready to slide? Let me hear you say ha, 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 ha. Yeah, I'm ready to slide. Car in park, I put it in the drop. Poor ass niggas, they ready to rock. Better not catch your ass outside. You run from what? Run from ha, 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 ha. You ready to slide? Let me hear you say ha, 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 ha. You ready to slide? Let me hear you say ha.
Ain't nobody from outside bringing down the property value. It's these folk shooting each other and selling that crack rock and shit.
Well, how you think the crack rock gets into the country? We don't own any planes. We don't own no ships. But we are not the people who are flying and floating that shit in here.
Move with 2 chopsticks. 2 chopsticks. That's so diabolical, man. What the fuck? Welcome back. Grand Rising, you feel me? Good morning. Whatever greetings y'all do in the morning. Time to grind in the AM, however you want to be. But judging by the title, y'all see it. How to be on God's payroll. It's not what you think. It's really not what you think. You feel me? And we could apply this no matter if we have a business, if we do have a 9 to 5, or if we just trying to figure this shit out. Like most of us, just trying to figure this shit out. But I definitely came across this video and I just had to share it. Because I want everyone, because we all connected. I want all parts of me, you know, all 8 billion of me in the world on different frequencies to live an abundant life. I do. I really do. Word up. What I want for me, I want for me. And you is me. So, man, you're going to see what I mean by the end of this video. But make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Welcome to the channel if it's your first time, you know. But we beats down, so let's talk about it. But with no further ado, oh yeah, I got to put y'all on. Those Meta Ray-Ban shits, I don't know if y'all heard about them, but they actually pretty decent. Let me zoom in on them. These shits is actually pretty decent. Word up, they not too shabby. Not too shabby at all, actually. I mean, having something smart on your face, other than that shit we spoke about last night. But no further ado, let's get into it, huh? Oh snap! Let me connect you to the audio properly. That's on me. That's on me. Oh snap! Where's the source? Oh, here we go. Don't sweat it. Don't sweat it. I'm gonna get y'all connected. Get y'all right. Alright. It's hard to find a hole. Pause. There we go.
Very important that you understand. If you want to tap into the abundance of this physical plane.
Oh shit. I guess that's not it. We gotta go into the system preferences there. I don't want to show y'all what I be doing on the back end, you feel me? But it's whatever. Alright, now y'all in.
To have to be put on the payroll of God. You're going to have to be paid by God. Because so long as the world pays you, God cannot pay you. And if God is paying you, you cannot be paid by God if you're paid by the world. Now, it's very important that you understand, if you want to tap into the abundance on this physical plane, you're going to have to be put on the payroll of God. You're going to have to be paid by God. Because so long as the world pays you, God cannot pay you. And if God is paying you, then the world cannot pay you. And throughout this video, I'm going to explain a whole bunch of concepts that we're going to go into to put you in a position where you actually are able to materialize the abundance that you want. But unfortunately, you cannot materialize anything you want, because wanting in of itself is an indication of not having. And if you don't have, then that creates a repulsive frequency between you and what it is that you actually want. But I'm doing too much. You relax. You're gonna get some. I'm gonna get some. Girl, 'cause I can't help but wait till you get back with him. It don't change till you see that with me it ain't the same. Can't help but wait. See you. Have you ever watched that music video, AJ? In the music video, bros stood by the mirror, stood by the window singing, rips off his do-rag in pain.
Is it raining?
It's always raining in the R&B videos. Okay.
Can you eat it?
Huh? No. I got all the tips I need. Pause.
Yeah, that was a wild pause, bro. Fuck, you got all the tips you need.
Perfect. So, the first thing, as always, before I actually get to the, I guess, basis of this video, I'm going to have to lay down the wood. Pause. Foundations, always. There's a couple of concepts that you need to understand, which are prerequisites to you actually being able to be put on the payroll of God and be paid by God. Now, the first thing that you have to understand is a concept known as non-duality.
Did you know that AI is set to create 90...
Nah, this is definitely about to be good. This is for all my AM grinders, you know, who get that bag early in the AM, you know, and you probably be just getting off work, or you probably just running around in the park right now. Tune in. I'm telling you, this information right here will help change your life.
Because until you understand this concept, especially within the context of which I'm going to explain, it's going to be very difficult for you to be put on God's payroll. Now, the way that you can think about non-duality is as follows. So, this concept is simple, and that is you meet nobody but yourself on this physical plane. Every single person that you come across is nothing more than the physical expression of you. Well, an altered physical expression of you.
Right.
Non-duality is a fancy way of simply saying you are one with everyone. Now, outside of our various physical expressions, me looking the way that I look, you probably looking the way that you look, once we actually elevate ourselves and transcend ourselves outside this third dimensional realm, which unfortunately falls into a whole bunch of illusions such as space-time constraint and polarity, which we're going to be breaking down within this concept in of itself. As you transcend out of all of that, what you'll come to understand is that we are all one. And the way you can think about it is like this. Take 5 water bottles, different sizes, different colors. Despite being different sizes, despite being different colors, internally, everybody has the exact same water within them. And that's the simplistic understanding of non-duality, which is the concept that you are one with everybody. You are one with the nigga who's walking down the street with his pants hanging out his ass. You're one with the exact person that you hate. You're one with the so-called bum. You're one with the millionaire. You're one with the billionaire. You're one of the Illuminati niggas that you guys are afraid of that do all of this and all of this.
Illuminati.
You are one with everyone. And until you can come to that understanding, then you'll be trapped within the confinement of the illusions of reality. And it's not until that you can transcend the illusions of reality that you'll be able to manifest your desired reality, which is the whole purpose of you being here on this video to begin with. In case you're a new nigga here, understand spirituality without the ability to control your reality is nothing but vanity. I'm not here to elevate your consciousness. I'm not here to give you enlightenment, nigga. I'm here to help you get to a degree. to which you are actually living in an existence that you actually wish to be living in. Because all the gimmicks and shit that people do these days, whether it's dressing different, talking different, and all of this shit, but then they wake up in the exact same realities, is a true testament to vanity. Because here's the thing, we think our mind and our thoughts can be kept secret, but no one's mind and thoughts can be kept secret. Simply look at their reality, and that will be the exact physical expression, the direct one-to-one copy of their internal world. Now,
Jersey, welcome to the channel, bro. Bro, stay tuned.
as I was saying on the concept of non-duality, everybody being one outside of the illusions of our third dimensional realm, then it's only right that you come to an understanding, which is this, and I'll explain this further in the video, but I'm just going to give you a little something. I'll give you a little something, which is nobody pays you but you. Remember that. I'm gonna spin back to that. Now, coming to this understanding of non-duality, within the realm of quantum mechanics, there's a concept known as, on my knees, no diddy, quantum entanglement. And quantum entanglement is simply the concept that when two particles are connected, no matter how far separated they become across the universe, what you do to one will be instantly felt to the
Dave, what's up? What's up? Welcome to the channel. What's up? What's up?
the other. And this is once again on a quantum level, which simply means outside our third dimensional realm. Now, think about it like this. Have you ever thought about somebody and then they called you?
As you should.
Have you ever thought about somebody and they texted you? Have you ever called somebody and they're like, oh, I was just about to call you, I was just about to. Even mothers, when certain things happen to their children, they don't need to be in the exact same location, but they can just feel something's gone wrong instantly. And this is this exact concept right here of quantum entanglement, which when two particles are connected, no matter how far separated they become across the universe, what you do to one will be instantly done to another. And the reason for that is because on a quantum level, we're going outside of our third dimensional realm. One of our third dimensional realm illusions or constraints is time. But on a quantum level, there is no time. Hence why it's instant. What you do to one will be done to the other. This is the concept of non-duality. And this extrapolate this, which is funny because somebody actually commented something like Nero's top 3 words is pause, no diddy, and extrapolate. Which is true, because you have to extrapolate this outside now to our physical world when it comes to not only you with your world in of itself, your world, which is specifically your world, because even though there's 8 billion people on this planet, there's 8 billion worlds. One planet, 8 billion worlds, because your world is determined by your frequency, because you never see the world as it is, you see it as you are, and nobody's on the exact same frequency. Hence why even when it comes to debating, you know, people have been commenting on my shit, debate with this person, debate with this person. Why the fuck would I debate with somebody who's not on the same frequency as me? Because we're not even debating reality at that point. You're debating 2 different states of existence, 2 different worlds. Now, as I said, extrapolate this to the physical world with people. You are one with everyone. Hence why Jesus gave the esoteric, or should I say Christ, not the white boy that a whole bunch of my people pray to, but the consciousness in of itself of Christ and what that represents. Christ gave you the golden rule. Treat others how you want to be treated, for on a deeper esoteric level, they are you. And the thoughts, and this doesn't simply extrapolate down to the physical level. Remember, there's 3 planes of existence: mental, physical, spiritual. You niggas might think that you treat people nice, but how do you think about people? Because that mental creation has the exact same capability of being something as tangible as what you call real.
Right, yo, he got a good point. He got a very good point right there. You feel me? Because people be on some shit like, yo, what's good, my man? And they hit it like, man, fuck this nigga. I swear to God, I'm gonna rob this motherfucker. But you feel me? They be having other thoughts in their head, but you could feel that shit, like, man. And then when you shake their head, like, man, this motherfucker fake as hell. Like, you feel me?
Reality.
Like,
and you can just think about it like this. How many times do you argue with a nigga in your head? And then you come around that person and there's a certain level of tension. There's this atmosphere, it's just tense. And then eventually, at some point, you argue. And it's because you're neglecting the mental creation, which was the prerequisite to the physical expression. Because remember, before anything can exist physically, it first must exist vibrationally. And when we're talking vibrationally, it's a combination of the 2 components of mental and spiritual. Now, as far as non-duality, remember this: you are one with everyone. You are one with everyone. You are one with everyone. Lovely. Also, I'd like to shout out somebody who commented on one of my videos. Somebody commented something along the lines of, you know, through watching my videos, you know, they were homeless, I believe a drug addict, so on and so forth. And through watching my videos now, they've been sober, they have a job that pays like $30 an hour, and they're in the best position of their life. They have a very nice house and a very nice car. I'd like to commend you. That's truly amazing. And it really does mean a lot to me. I guess this is a testament at the same time that the information that I'm giving you niggas here, you know, somebody was like, why do you give this away for free? And I give it away for free because I charge my clients quite well. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, the fact that through even free information, which typically is always some bullshit, people still have the ability to, you know, alter their lives. That is the true embodiment of spirituality without the ability to control your reality's vanity. So well done to you. Now on the flip side, somebody said they're too horny for this information. I just don't even know. I just don't even know what to say to that. Okay. Who's that dress so scandalous? You know that nigga handle it. They shaking that thing like who's the ish with a look in the eye so devilish. Cause she was living la vida loca. She had dumps like a cha. That was like what? Baby you about. And then saying again, she had dumps like a cha. That was like what? All night long.
Let me see. Yeah.
See that, living the beat go, da 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 da, living the beat go, baby. Cool, perfect. So, the second thing that you guys have to understand is that unfortunately, you have chosen to make a human your source. And what do I mean by this? As at the start of the video, I said to you, if God is not paying you, then the world is paying you. And if the world is paying you, God cannot pay you. And this video is literally for anybody, whether you have a business, whether you work a job, or whether you're just out here trying to figure some shit out. It's just one of them ones. We've all been there. Now, unfortunately, we are given two choices. Well, we're given one choice really, without realizing that there's two choices. And unfortunately, your choice of the first option actually limits your ability to actually pull from the second option. So, we make a human our source. We believe that what pays us is our job. We believe what pays us is our clients. On a base level, whether you receive any type of money, you believe that your money is coming from a person.
This is deep, y'all. Make sure y'all paying attention. Take some notes. And post the notes. Fuck it. Post the notes in the comments.
And the unfortunate thing about this is that when you make a human your source, you actually limit the potentiality of what you can receive. Because the thing about humans is that we are finite. And finite is simply saying limited. For the most part, humans are limited. For the mere fact that we...
That's true. That's 100% fact. Like, I never seen had a job that lasted forever. Everything was extremely limited. I mean, just because I left, I mean that the business not still going on, but the desire to eat I reached my limit even when it be in that environment. So everything is limited. He's right.
We have these physical vessels, which unfortunately at some point will have to expire. For the meaning, for you choosing to accept the idea, in which, bear in mind, this is nothing more than a mental declaration. And the thing about a mental declaration is that it always leads to a physical creation. That's a bar, write that down. Through your belief that your income, and bear in mind, this is the whole trick of the physical. The whole trick of the physical plane is to make you think that only the physical plane exists. As I said, there's 3 planes of existence: physical, mental, spiritual. 90% of this planet is directly and simply tied to the physical plane, which unfortunately is the plane of illusion. And if illusion means some sort of trap, then that means your ability to materialize your desired reality is within a trap. It's not until you have the capability of unifying all 3.
Hola, Miss Cherry. Welcome to the The Grand Rising Show.
three planes of existence, because remember what I'm about to say. All successful manifestation requires alignment across all three planes of existence. Most people simply use one plane of existence. I'll give you an example. Most of us grew up with our parents that worked extremely hard. My mom raised me by herself with my auntie, one of the most hardest working women that you'll ever come across. You simply use the physical plane. And
Just like Miss Cherry right here. One of the hardest working women I know.
then you'll come across some of these spiritual niggas that believe they can just sit there and rub their crystals and shit's just gonna fucking manifest. That is an example of somebody who's simply using the mental plane. They're projecting an idea of what they want, but that's still one plane. Then you have the religious person who prays all the time, and I saw them niggas pray all the time for shit that they never got. Why? Because they're simply using the spiritual plane. If you want to successfully manifest your desired reality, you need to unify all three planes of existence in direct unison. And when you do that, you actually set in motion to transcend yourself outside this third dimensional realm, because instead of using 33%, you're using 99.9999. And before you niggas start saying, oh, 33, oh, controlled opposition, Illuminati, shut up, man. Now, as I said, so long as you make a human your source, you are drawing from a well, let's say, that is limited. And that limitation eventually will have the physical expression of a form of scarcity. Which is exactly what you've been experiencing throughout this whole time. Now, coming to this understanding that essentially scarcity is what you've been drawing from, this then makes a lot of sense as to why maybe your income may be limited, your job potential income may be limited, the money that you get from people may be limited. This all makes sense now because you're drawing from a finite source. Now, as I said to you, if you want to have the capability of being able to draw abundance on this physical material plane, then you need to decide to make the mental click from making a human your source with, whether you realize this or not. This is the true actual esoteric meaning of worshipping false gods. I know a lot of you niggas would like to believe that the false gods...
That's deep, yo. That's deep. That's deep. That's deep. That's deep. Y'all need to write that down.
That people worship are the celebrities, etc., etc. But the false gods is anything that you make your source, anything that you submit to from a point of frequency. And unfortunately, well, you end up submitting to humans. And those are the false gods. Until you have the capability of restructuring who your source is, you will continue to worship a false god. Now, the moment that you have the capability of making God your source, then as opposed to being stuck to the finite, you then have the ability to draw from the infinite, which is unlimited. And unlimited, infinite is just an alternative way of saying what it is that you really want, which is abundance. And it's not until you have the capability of triggering this being your source that you will continue to run into the exact scarcity that you've been running into, so on and so forth. And don't worry, you're gonna get some. I'm going to explain exactly how you can go from this source to this source. And it all begins with one step, first of all, which, of course, many steps.
For my family that's on YouTube, just to let y'all know, I'm actually live on Twitch and Facebook at the same time. So I'm talking to people on other platforms as well as y'all. So let's chime in.
We'll come throughout this video. But let me give you the first step. It actually goes back to something I said at the start of this video. Somebody said that they've been trying to, watch other spiritual videos of people that have whiteboards and they must leave some marks on their whiteboard and it bothers them extremely. Yeah, that's tough. So check this, guys. I literally just came back from Thailand. And while I was out there, I got food poisoning. I literally had the shits. I lost 2.3 kgs in 2 days. For the Americans, that's like 5 pounds in 2 days. Can you believe it? Bro, I was suffering. Pure misery. Pure misery, I was suffering. On a funny note though, so one of my boys was out in Thailand at the same time as me. But the day on this particular day was the day before that I was flying back. So he went out and he was like, oh, come out. And I was like, no, I'm good. I'm just gonna stay at the hotel and pack. So he goes out, ends up linking this guy. And this guy that he linked up with supposedly had ran through 5 ladyboys in like a week. He'd fucked like 5 ladyboys in a week. He turns around and says to my boy, I'm straight though, innit?
It's crazy work.
And then my boy was like 5. And the guy was like, oh yeah, I didn't know. They just wouldn't turn around. I couldn't tell the difference. Yo.
That's definitely diabolical.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Yo, you niggas stay safe out there. Cool. So, the first step to actually being able to detach yourself from making a human your source and actually being able to tap in, because one thing that I forgot to mention is that whether, as I said, no matter if you have a job, whether you have a business, or you're just figuring things out, which is perfectly fine. By the way, don't let these online niggas guilt trip you lot into thinking that there's something wrong with having a job. Because I know a lot of niggas with businesses that look like they're good, but they're suffering, man. Trust me. So, job, business, and let's just say figuring out. The moment that you have the ability to tap into God as your source, it will quite literally impact each one of these factors. And I've seen this happen. Whether people getting new jobs, people getting raises, or for example, in an instance with my clients, their income directly going up. And I'll give you an example. So one of my clients called Woody, he's a artist. Shout out to you, Woody. I have to give you your flowers. So he's an artist, and in the art world, you know, there's a whole bunch of beliefs, which some of them we're actually going to touch upon in this video, not for art, but mirrors of those beliefs, because we need to detach you from the world's economy and attach you to God's economy, which is what I did with him. And you know, typically in the art world, you know, art is known as a struggling kind of profession where people don't really get paid and shit like that. And after what we did, he was then able to manifest a 6-figure art commission in like New York or some shit. So Woody, congratulations to you. Now, and this, we've been working together for like less than 2 months. So if you're an entrepreneur who's stuck at a revenue ceiling and you want to break out and 2 to 5x your revenue in the next couple of weeks, link in the description. Now, as I said, when you have the capability of being able to finally attach yourself to God's source as opposed to the world's source, you actually then have the ability to impact whichever one of these it is. Whether you randomly start receiving money, and I've seen this, people randomly receiving money that they were owed, or you know, something happens and somebody gives them money, more clients in their business, their job either changes or they get a raise. I've seen this all the time, and it all comes from your ability to attach to this source. And the first step to actually attaching yourself to this source is, funnily enough, by detaching yourself from a lie. And do you know what that lie is? Do you know what that lie is, AJ?
What's the lie?
The lie that you need to detach yourself from is that
They pay you.
they pay you. Probably thinking, what the fuck? What the fuck's this nigga talking about?
Right.
My job pays me, people give me money to my hands, clients pay me. What are you talking about? This is a lie. This is a lie. They don't pay you. And this is the truth.
Most people have no idea.
Yeah, that's deep though. You feel me? Because if we are all connected, the truth is we pay ourselves. So imagine if we use that to our advantage, knowing that your boss or whoever pays you is just an extension of you. So if you have the confidence in yourself to know what you're worth, and you project that to yourself, which is your boss, an extended version of yourself, you will get that raise. It makes sense. It makes sense. I mean, that's what I'm getting from it. I don't know.
I don't know why my F looks so crazy, but you get the gist of it. They don't pay you. Nobody pays you. Nobody pays you. You pay you. Now, let's let that marinate for a moment. Let's let that marinate. Relax, you're gonna get some. The whole reason as to why nobody pays you and you pay you goes back to the original point at this video. As I told you, we need to lay down the wood, pause, so then we can build on top of it. You pay you because you meet nobody but you. Whether it's an employer, whether it's a client, whether it's somebody giving you money, they are you. They are simply a different physical expression of you. But as we transcend ourselves outside of this third dimensional realm in our understanding, to remove ourselves from eyesight and step by mind sight, to remove ourselves from our eyes and see reality through our God eyes, you pay yourself. Everybody is nothing more than a mirror through which you pay yourself. That client that pays you isn't who pays you. You paid yourself. That job that pays you isn't what pays you. You pay yourself. Somebody randomly giving you money isn't what pays you. You pay yourself. $1 million question is, all right, Nero, so how do I pay myself more? Like, that's the $1 million question. Right. And why have I been paying myself this shit that I've been paying myself? Relax, you're gonna get some. I'm gonna explain to you right now how you actually pay yourself.
I mean, like, who don't want to pay themselves more? Let's be real. If you want to pay yourself more, let me see you comment it. I want to see you comment, pay myself more. I'm paying myself, no, put, I'm paying myself more from now on. From now on, I'm paying myself more.
Go, girl.
See, look, y'all know I post a lot of funny content or diabolical shit, but I'm also dropping jewels. So don't say I ain't feed you.
It's your birthday. Open wide. Know you thirsty. Say hey. Say we don't buy no drinks at the bar. Pop champagne, which is actually funny because I was listening to that song at the gym in Thailand. Yes, I listened to R&B at the gym. Sue me. Somebody actually said that they saw me on some girl's phone in the gym, which is pretty cool. It's pretty cool, I can't lie. Bitch, I got my own, I don't need security in the club. All that woofing on in that nigga, I thought you was a thug. I ain't got nowhere to go, I shot up everywhere they were. I know there's something about to comment. Why do you listen to rap music? That's low vibrational. Shut up. Alright, cool, so going back to my original point. And this has to be something that you internalize and understand, because until you can actually let this idea internalize and marinate in your inner world, your outer world will not be restructured, and you'll be still attempting to draw from a well that is finite, that is limited. As I said, I repeat, nobody pays you. Nobody pays you. Nobody pays you. Nobody pays you. You pay yourself.
That's really some deep shit.
And this is the way that you pay yourself. But before I say this, to explain this on a deeper level, this whole thing of nobody pays you, you pay yourself. People are nothing more than instruments through which you pay yourself. Depending. Damn, I got no space. On your internal stability. People are nothing more than instruments through which you pay yourself depending upon your internal stability. And this has to be something that you understand, because if you step into the idea that your physical world is nothing more than an effect, then by the time that you receive money on this physical plane, it has already been set in motion. Which is something I need you to understand, because a lot of people end up thinking that if I want to make more, I have to do more. You actually need to stop doing more, and you need to start being more. That's a bar, write that down. And I truly need you to understand that. You need to stop doing more and being more, because the more that you try to do, the more you end up running yourself into a cycle on this physical plane, and you're going to end up becoming like those who came before you, and they worked as hard as they could. They burned up all their energy to have nothing left to show for it, or they didn't actually get what they deserved. And this is the cycle we see a lot of our family go through, and it's truly heartbreaking. But it's from the understanding that this physical realm is the realm of effect. By the time that you earn on this physical plane, the cause has long been set in, and the cause will always be the mind. It will always be the frequency that you're projecting. You want to be paid more physically, but you aren't more from a point of frequency.
I get paid $5,000.
That's definitely deep, like this. Stop.
Physically, but you're not more from a point.
To stop doing more and start being more is like, that's definitely a bar. That's definitely something you need to write down.
Frequency. I repeat, you want to be paid more physically, but you're not more from a point of frequency. Your frequency is the boundaries of anything that you can ever materialize in this reality. You can't outrun your frequency. See it all the time. Now, back to this point of nobody pays you, you pay yourself. Each and every person that pays you is nothing more than, let's say, an instrument through which you pay yourself depending upon your level of internal stability. When I say internal stability, I'm specifically referring to a couple of things. But on a base level, I'm referring to your emotional security. This also looks like it's spelled wrong, but it's definitely not, I promise you. It's just that my handwriting is really, really joined up. You have to understand, for most of us, our emotional security internally when it comes to money is actually insecurity. We actually resonate things that show a deep level of emotional insecurity. And we do that through worry. We do that through stress. We do that through fear. And it's actually these three emotions that emit and lead to the projection of a very powerful frequency. And this frequency actually misaligns you with the God force, with the infinite intelligence, with God, the universal flow, whatever your mind wants to conceptualize it as, it really doesn't matter. These three emotions actually take you out of it. Because these three emotions, you have to understand, what does your internal world indicate to the universe? That's a question I like for you to ask yourself. And I like you to ask yourself this question every day. In every instance that you're about to react to something, in every instance through which you're about to allow your mind to go down a particular train of thought, what does your internal world indicate to the universe? Well, I'll tell you, if you're worrying, then the universe is going to take it as you have something to worry about. And if you go back to one of my videos called The Beginner's Guide to the Universe, foundational video, there's 2 M's of the universe: magnify and maintain. When you're worried, the universe will magnify your worry by giving you more things financially to be worried about. And then it will maintain that level. Not because it hates you, and we always feel like, why me, why me? It doesn't hate you. It simply wants to keep a certain level of convenience with what I call energetic equilibrium. So it wants to keep you in a point where things are nice and smooth for it. If you're stressed about money, it's going to give you more things to be stressed about from a point of finances. If you're scared when it comes to money. It's going to give you more things to fear from a point of money. And this could be through situations where you get paid and then you get a fucking ticket in your car and you're like, fuck, how did I get this? It could be somebody randomly really needs to borrow money at this time. It could be something breaks, something needs to be paid for at this exact time, and it couldn't be more worse. How many times has this happened to you? Of course. And it's because you're emitting a certain level of internal instability. The more stable you are internally, the more stable you will be financially, because your income is a game of the inner. That's a bar, write that down. When we're talking about insecurity, it's always revolving around three particular emotions. And remember, it's not about your thoughts. In this industry, everybody hyperfixates on your thoughts, but your thoughts aren't as powerful as your emotion. And I could go into this deeply, especially if we're talking electromagnetic fields, the one between the brain and the heart being 60 to 100 times larger than that, but we're not going to get into that. You have to understand, the more unstable you are, the more insecure you are internally from a point of your emotions, their ability to be swayed when something goes wrong, the easier you can fall into these three emotions, the less you pay yourself. If you want to know how to pay yourself a lot, then you need to be doing the opposite of this. So how does one pay themselves a lot? $1 million question. Relax, you're gonna get some. I was bad in fucking school. Now I'm trying to dodge a sentence. What in the last dog? Pair of shoes, $12.50. You want to boss up your life? All you got to do is pay yourself. If you want to pay yourself a lot, then it's coming to the understanding of this. This is how you pay yourself a lot. You remain in a state of relaxation. You need nothing. I really don't like how that just merged over with that. I don't have a lot of space here. In fact, let me just create space. I tried to do it, guys. I couldn't do it. That's crazy. That is insane. Somebody was like, I like how you square to your bottle. Pause. Speaking of which, somebody actually messaged me the other day on Instagram saying, bro, I manifested the baddest bitch ever. I just hit her, bro. Like, they had whatever they fucked in it. And then he was like, bro, I owe it all to you, bro. It's all the teachings that you do on YouTube. Like, my body is your body, bro. It's like, what? It's like, what?
Pause.
Like, when he says, like, obviously he fucked this girl, like, that he manifested. When he says my body is your body, is he like saying like that body count of him being with her gets added on to mine? Or is he saying like my body is his body? And yeah, never mind.
I do think the funniest comment is, I had a dream that I was flying. Does that mean I'm a witch?
You're a witch. Somebody, listen, yo, whoever commented that, round them up. We're about to burn you at the stake. No, that doesn't mean you're a witch because you had a dream that you were flying. That's hilarious. Cool. So I'm going to give you the full criteria on how to pay yourself a lot. Cool. And when I say pay yourself a lot, this is what we're talking about, the base of this video of being on God's payroll. There's a couple of things. The first thing is that you need to detach from the outer economy. And enter God's economy.
What if I told you that you could land a...
That's deep, though. Like, so far, what I'm getting from it, no one pays you. You pay yourself, right? And what that means is, because we're all connected, technically you do pay yourself. I mean, I know I said it before, but it's redundant at this point. I get it. I understand.
Now, when we're talking about the outer economy is the world that we live in today. The outer economy will say, oh, there's a recession. They will say, oh, sales in this industry have gone down. Oh, people aren't buying. Oh, people aren't hiring. And here's the thing. You can either be in the outer economy or you can play in God's economy. And God's economy is the inner economy. The inner economy that is outside the confinements of all these societal beliefs that are trapped within this third dimensional realm. If you believe and understand this, there's no truth in reality other than what the subconscious mind accepts as true. I repeat, there are no truths in your reality in terms of what you experience. There are no truths in reality other than what the subconscious mind accepts as true. If your subconscious mind accepts it true that people aren't hiring, guess what's going to happen? You're not going to be hired. If your subconscious mind accepts that there's a recession, you're going to experience a recession. If your subconscious mind believes that sales are going to be down, then sales are going to be down. If your subconscious mind accepts the idea that people aren't buying, guess what? People aren't going to be buying. And I see this all the time with my clients, and that's one of the first things that I do.
So that being said, buy my merch.
I say, what are the industry commonly accepted beliefs in your field? And for example, you know, one of my clients, real estate agent, went from like 9K to 62K in like 3 months. Shout out to you, Nicole, or as we call her, Lady Affluent. And one of the beliefs that we had to particularly detach from was the concept that, of course, when the mortgage rates are terrible for real estate agents, people aren't going to be buying. And of course, that is the outer economy. Until you can detach from the outer economy beliefs, the things that you're supposed to believe, the things that actually sound like common sense, until you can actually detach from them and enter God's economy, which is one of unlimited potential. So you're not going to be confined by these things in God's economy. Until you can do that, you will remain within it. And that's one of the first things that you have to do to actually pay yourself a lot. And this, of course, please extrapolate this to whatever it is that you do. Whether you're figuring things out, whether you're working a job, or whether you have a business. It's the same thing. Extrapolate this to wherever it is. The next thing that you have to do, if you want to be put on God's payroll, be abundant before the world proves it to you. Now, what is abundance? Is abundance a number? AJ?
I've done this before. We're going to say an abundant number on the count of 3.
I think he's a reptile. He just read my mind, guys. I get reptile allegations. I think it's you. All right, cool. On 3. 3, 2, 1. 50 billion. He said 1 billion. I said 50 billion. Well, what did we just do? We both defined an abundant amount to each other. And the whole point of that exercise is to expose something to you, which is abundance isn't a number. It can't be. Me and AJ have different numbers. And if we was to say it, you'd probably come up with a different number too. And if you ask somebody else, they'd come up with a different number, which means abundance can't be a number. Abundance is an internal state of having more than enough. That's what abundance is. It's an internal state of having more than enough. And remember, before anything can exist physically, it first must exist vibrationally. You actually need to be internally in a state of having more than enough. And how can you do that? Well, first thing is stop the idea that I don't have enough. Things really took a change in my life when I mentally started declaring to myself all the time, I have more than enough. I have more than I can spend. Just internally and calmly, just repeating that in my mind again and again and again and again and again, while combining that with the emotional state of how I would feel if I had more than enough. And that right there unlocked abundance. Because that's really and truly all abundance is. Abundance is having more than enough. Abundance isn't a matter of how much you have, it's an abundance of how much you feel you have. Big difference. That's a bar at that down. So until you can be abundant before the world proves it to you, which is an ironic part, because here's the thing. The world will never prove to you what it is that you want. And if you're waiting for the world to prove to you that you're in a particular desired reality, if you're looking for the signs, if your money's increasing, or that person's texting you, or this or that, or this or that, then you've fallen for a mistake, which actually is opposite the true definition of what I determine and define as manifestation, which is manifestation is internally shifting to a degree to which you're no longer emotionally dependent upon seeing reality change. I repeat, no longer emotionally dependent upon seeing reality change. But if you need the world to prove to you that it has changed, then it won't ever change, because that is an indication that you haven't changed. And here's the thing, people are comfortable with themselves, but they're uncomfortable with their realities. That doesn't make any sense.
Oh, she's happy I'm not in the ghetto anymore.
Right, that don't make no sense at all. Like, what sense do that make? How could you be comfortable with yourself, but uncomfortable with the reality you created?
That's a bar, write that down. And make sure you're taking notes. I mean, I know we're pretty late into the video, but make sure to drop them notes in the comments as usual. But that is that. And the simplest way you can ask yourself is, if I had more than enough, what would I think and how would I feel? Once you get those two answers, which is always going to be directly personalized to you, don't try to take what somebody else has got going on. Hence why when I see niggas giving other people affirmations and all of these things, you know, I just told you what worked for me. You need to find what works for you, because your mind is intricately organized in a particular way. What would you think if you had more than enough? Take that singular thought and how would you feel? You may not be like you're on crack, I don't know, but you may just be like me, just calm, chill, nonchalant, relaxed. And maybe that's what you need to step into. Now, the final part of being put on God's payroll is to just be in a state of relaxation and serene confidence. And your ability to do this is to exercise a certain level of internal discipline. Unfortunately, until you don't have internal discipline, your reality won't be externally disciplined. And so write that down again. Now, here's the thing. If you're in a constant state of relaxation and serene confidence, then remember, what am I indicating to the universe? What am I indicating to the universe? You're indicating that you got some shit to be relaxed about. So then the universe, through the 2 M's, is going to magnify that and give you more things to be relaxed about by increasing your finances. And then it's going to maintain that as a new normal in your reality. And if you were serenely confident and you just had that confidence about you, the universe would then magnify that by creating circumstances that are reflecting your finances to make you more serenely confident. And then it would maintain that. This is how you get put on God's payroll. Remember, nobody pays you. Everybody who pays you is nothing more than an instrument through which you pay yourself, depending upon your level of internal stability, which is actually a reflection of your emotional stability. And so long as you're emotionally insecure and unstable, then you will be exuding 3 particular emotions: worry, fear, stress. Those 3 frequencies actually project into 1 frequency, which indicates to the universe that you have something to be worried, stressed, and afraid about. So then the universe magnifies that, reflects it through your finances, and keeps fucking you up. It's not until you have the ability to detach yourself from the outer economy and enter God's economy, and to be abundant before the world proves it to you, and to be in a state of relaxation and serene confidence, that you will actually begin to experience that.
That was deep. I mean, it's a lot to take in. For y'all, if you didn't watch the whole video, make sure you watch the whole video. Take some notes. Leave your notes in the comments. Word out, I definitely like to study your notes. You probably heard some things that I didn't hear, right? And I'd like to go through it. But I'm definitely going to listen to this again. Probably not with y'all, but don't say I ain't give it to y'all. You feel me? I'm helping y'all with what helps me. But with no further ado, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. I do got merch. Everybody on Facebook, come on, send some stars. Why not? Why not? I'm dropping jewels. Help you, help me, help you. But no further ado, man. Love y'all. God bless. Peace. This is my intro. I like this. It creates technology to invade the privacy. This is our land. We not from Africa. To make me laugh at you. Pull up in the Acura. Boom. Young one want me to clap at you. You don't wanna end up on the news from these niggas attacking you. You don't wanna end up with a bruise from a real nigga smacking you. You don't wanna end up with a snake up in your chest like Dracula. Fuck that. Yeah, we done with that real rap. Time to pick up that gun. Time for that drill rap. Time to spin that nigga block. Pull up where you chill at. If I catch him at that Whole Foods eating a banana and get peeled back. First off, always been one to bust off. Now I ain't talking about no freaky shit. I ain't trying to get no nuts off. Now I ain't talking about no kinky bitch. I better take these cuffs off. I move around with 2 chopsticks. I'm trying to get that ducks off. Fuck that Jersey. A little ass bitch can't hurt me. You can try your tricks and throw them licks. Motherfucker, them shits don't hurt me. You call your click and grab them clicks. Motherfucker, little bitch, I ain't word.
You ready to slide? Let me hear you say yeah, I'm ready to slide. Car in park, I put it in the drop. Poor ass niggas, they ready to rock. Better not catch your ass outside. You gonna what? Rock from the You ready to slide? Let me hear you say You ready to slide? Let me hear you say
Ain't nobody from outside bringing down the property value. It's these folk shooting each other and selling that crack rock and shit.
Well, how you think the crack rock gets into the country? We don't own any planes. We don't own no ships. But we are not the people who are flying and floating that shit in here.
Move with 2 chopsticks. That's so diabolical, man.